It is rumored, or even more than rumored, that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Today we continue our 6-part series on lesson planning with part 3, Building Background Knowledge. There are many styles of lesson plans: planning guides, outlines, formats, forms, some with acronyms and some that are numbered. Many schools, districts, or administrators favor one style over another. Some sites may require you to have your lesson plans turned in weekly. Some may require them on your desk while teaching. The most important thing to ask is your site administrator what requirements are necessary for your site. In more than 30 years in public education, I have used many different styles and formats for lesson planning. I have found it useful to post parts of the lesson plan to be transparent and to hold myself accountable to what I post. Regardless of which format you choose, or you must choose, I have found that there's definitely 6 parts to a well thought out lesson plan. These are the 6 parts of a daily lesson plan, when fully considered, will lead to a successful lesson. Here's what you can expect in this series. Part 1, Objectives. Part 2, Materials and Resources. Part 3, Background Knowledge. Part 4, Direct Instruction. Part 5, Guided Teaching. Part 6, Closure and Assessment. In the first part, we took a look at the importance of standards, setting objectives, and asking questions to guide a lesson. In part 2, we looked at materials, resources you need to collect for an effective lesson. Today, we will be looking at part 3, Background Knowledge. The purpose is to give the students the skills necessary to receive the new content you are trying to cover in the lesson. In considering the background knowledge, you should research and consider 4 areas: pre-test, Tier 2 and Tier 3 vocabulary, linguistic and cultural considerations, and audio-video articles. Pre-test. A pre-test is a simple way to gather information on what the students know or don't know before a lesson begins. This could be done in multiple ways. It could be as simple as a question-answer discussion with the class. It can be done formally as a quiz, or somewhere in the middle like a KWL chart. Tier 2 and Tier 3 vocabulary. Tier 2 vocabulary words are high-frequency words that the student would need to understand to complete an assignment. Tier 3 words are low-frequency, subject-specific words that students need to grasp a concept. Tier 2 and 3 vocabulary building can be done before a lesson is taught. This can be done through flashcard activities, quiz games, vocabulary matrix, homework assignment, and so on. Linguistic and cultural considerations. When planning a lesson, you want to leverage the strengths that your students bring to the classroom. Consider the ethnic diversity, language diversity, country of origin, cultural practices and traditions, etc. Culturally and linguistic responsive teaching and learning can be an excellent resource that can be used through the years to get to know, understand, and better serve your students. A whole series of articles can be written about this topic. Audio-video articles. The common phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words," is not an overstatement. In today's techno world, students seem to be easily engaged with anything technology. If you can find a video clip, an audio interview or podcast, or an article that brings content to life, these can quickly build background knowledge for students. Some extremely useful resources I have found in this area are YouTube, Discovery Education, Newsela, and ListenWise. There are always free and low-cost versions available for teachers to use, or generous trial memberships. I have found that once you get to know your students, it becomes much easier to understand their needs. their backgrounds, their culture, and so on. The better you know your students, the easier it will be to help build the necessary background knowledge that they require. Follow the link in the description for the full blog and for helpful links when designing your lessons. I'm Russell with iHistorian. Have a historic day.